It hurts pretty bad. It takes me back to being, a kid in middle school and
yeah.
being bullied.
Hi, I'm Nicoletta Heidegger, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist and sexologist.
And I'm Vanniall. I'm a cam girl and internet personality, I suppose.
Vanniall, I'm so excited to be here with you.
I'm super excited to be here with you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for joining. Tell me about what's going on.
Not much. I mostly just wanted to get your advice on how would I go about shutting out the haters?
Oh.
Exactly. How exactly do I turn that off?
Oh, big question.
Yeah.
If you're willing to answer, I'd love to hear a little more about the hater experience. Are we talking online trolls? We talking in person? We talking all the above?
Yeah, we're mostly talking about online trolls that seem to get under my skin.
Yeah.
And I know that the things that they say don't have any real power over me.
Yeah.
And I know they don't actually know me, but I can't.
But it hurts.
Yeah, and I can't stop looking as well. I find
Yeah.
myself reading and scrolling, and I really need to know how to stop doing that. How to turn this, at least myself, to stop scrolling.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're willing to answer, how does it affect you? Because this is something that affects so much of us, myself included. Let's see what kind of comments are on this video, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How does it hit you?
It hurts pretty bad. It takes me back to being, a kid in middle school and being bullied.
Yeah.
It reminds me that the way people feel in the world about people like me.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I need that constant reminder, especially from people that I don't know and that don't know me.
Yeah.
I just can't seem to wrap my head around it.
Have there been times or moments where you feel like, even if it was just a moment where you have been able to block it out a little better than other times?
Being on vacation does genuinely make me forget about it.
Because you're not looking at it?
Yeah, being far removed from a computer and not even having service on my cell phone.
Yeah.
I'm just that's when I'm all right, literally nothing can reach me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I have the internet and if I have the power to, I'm scrolling and I'm looking at those things. I can't seem to stop.
Yeah. Is there a possibility to create physical distance from the online stuff when you're not working? Whether that be removing some of the technology from your immediate space, I've talked about this on the show sometimes, but putting it in a lockbox or putting it physically away. Because you're saying it works, if it's away from you.
Yeah, it does. It feels like all those people are just in my phone and my phone's been shut off.
Yeah. Do you have a separate work and regular phone?
Mm-mm.
Is there a possibility for a family plan?
There is a possibility. Is that something that you think I should think about?
I mean, if it's something if you know it's something that works for you, I'm a fan of what works. Unless you want to be on vacation for your whole life, which would be freaking awesome. If you want to fund that for us, please hit us up. Yeah. But barring that, if we could find a way to bring a little bit of that into your day to day, just to get a little distance from it sometimes. As a start. So your work phone maybe includes the stuff where you have to do the work, and maybe that's where the haters are. And then your personal phone is just stuff that makes you feel good. There's no app, there's no social media on there, there's no work stuff. It's just the people that you care about.
You've literally blown my mind. That would
Really?
be amazing. And I've never thought of it as simple as simply getting another phone that I do not include all the things that make me anxious on it, or the things that I know are going to have the trolls and the haters.
Well, the other thing is the reason why I think those voices are so powerful is because it can feel like you're surrounding yourself with it, right? And so that power can be a downside when it's not good stuff. But then on the other side, we know that if you can get an input of a lot of nice stuff, that's going to be the power to sort of verse that.
Right.
And so making sure you're surrounding yourself with all your great people, or increasing that community, and then it's gonna sound cheesy, but affirmations, nice things you can say to yourself, and you can even record yourself saying it on video, maybe record friends saying it, but if you can repeat this over and over to yourself, these nice things, it's gonna change the way that your brain thinks. And the more times you can do it, the more you can magnify it, it's going to help combat the haters. But it's hard because you gotta repeat. It's gotta be repetition.
Okay.
Because that's why the hate messages work, because they're all over, right?
And you repeat. They're all Yeah,
exactly. And like you said, you're looking at, you're checking it, you're checking it.
Yeah.
And so we have to use that same checking behavior with the good stuff.
That's so
of like, I need to rewatch this nice thing. I need to rewatch this nice thing. I need to say this nice thing to myself.
Thank you so much. Jeez, I genuinely never thought about it like that.
But it's hard, isn't it?
It's hard to it's hard enough to love yourself.
Yeah.
It's just even harder to tell yourself that you love yourself,
Yeah.
you know? And I do think I need to hear that.
Yeah.
I need to be one with my body, my mind, and the last thing I need is like to actually let those trolls into my space.
The other piece I'm curious about, if you're willing to answer, are you a spiritual or religious person at all?
I consider myself to be spiritual.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because some people really believe in the power of like creating like energetic spaces for themselves. And so, not that you have to be spiritual or religious to embrace this, but sometimes if I name this as a tool for people who aren't, they're kind of like, that sounds woo-woo. But like,
I love woo-woo.
there are some types of like therapy practices out there or alternative practices that help you clear your energy. And so instead of, before we were talking about like physical distance from the haters, but some people really believe in the power of like energetic field distance.
Nice. Okay.
And so, for example, things like Reiki, things like Qigong, some people are into like, other witchy stuff, but practices where you're literally like doing energetic movements or cleansing of your space, of your house, of your body to literally block out energetically the people that you're not wanting that with. So like, for example, I do Qigong work and it helps me kind of clear trauma that I don't want to take on from clients that I work with.
Wow.
And so I go to somebody and that's helpful for me. And so if you are into any of those kind of alternative therapeutic practices, it can be nice to learn ways to do that.
I haven't heard too much about Reiki, but I'd really love to.
Yeah, see if it's something for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you for being open and sharing that. And I for sure know you're not the only one who struggles with that. It is very easy to be a bully from behind a screen.
Yep.
So try us. No.
Fuck it now.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks
you.
everyone for tuning in. And we will talk to you next time.